Once upon a time, beyond the clouds, there was a beautiful kingdom where flowers always bloomed, rivers always sang, and every morning carried a new fragrance in the air. This kingdom was called Eloria, and its king was famous for his kindness, justice, and love. The king had a son, Prince Aron. He was not only brave and handsome, but also gentle and kind at heart. But there was one thing that worried the king and queen. The prince still didn't want to get married. One day, the queen smiled and said, "My son, you must find a true princess, one who is not only beautiful, but also honest, delicate, and kind-hearted." Prince Aron replied, "Mother, I have met many princesses. Some were rich, others beautiful. But I want a princess whose heart is pure, one who can even feel the smallest pain." Fate heard these very words. That night, clouds gathered in the sky. Lightning flashed, rain poured heavily. There was a loud knock on the palace gates. When the door opened, a girl stood there. Her clothes were drenched, her hair dripping with water, yet her eyes glowed with light, like stars had fallen from the sky. Shivering, she said softly, "I am a princess, but the storm separated me from my caravan. May I find shelter here for the night?" The king and queen looked at each other. The queen thought to herself, "She says she's a princess, but how can we be sure? Many girls lie for their own benefit." With a mysterious smile, the queen said, "Of course, dear child, you may stay here. We'll prepare a bed for you, soft and comfortable." The queen secretly called her servants and whispered, "Bring me one small pea." She placed that tiny pea under a large bed, but it wasn't just any bed. That on top of it were 20 mattresses and 20 soft silk quilts. The queen thought, if she truly is a real princess, she will feel even this tiny pea. For a true princess's heart is so delicate that she cannot bear even the smallest discomfort. The girl thanked her and lay down on the tall bed. Outside, the rain had stopped, but the air was still cold. The night passed slowly, but the girl kept turning restlessly. Sometimes she turned to one side, sometimes the other. She couldn't sleep at all. In the morning, when she came down for breakfast, there was tiredness on her face and sleeplessness in her eyes. The queen asked kindly, "My dear, did you sleep well?" The girl smiled gently and said, "Your Majesty, thank you for your kindness. But to be honest, I couldn't sleep the whole night. Something was under the bed, something hard, like a stone or a pea, and it bruised my whole body." The queen looked at the prince in surprise, then smiled softly. "Now I'm sure, Aron, she truly is a real princess." The prince stepped forward, his eyes shining. "So, you are the one I've been searching for, the one whose heart is so tender that she can feel the pain of others." The queen showed everyone the tiny pea and said, "This is the small pea that kept a true princess awake all night." Everyone in the palace was astonished, but the girl bowed her head and said, "Being a princess isn't about fine clothes or a crown. It's about purity of heart and sensitivity to others." The prince looked into her eyes. There was no pride, only love. That a few days later, they were married. The whole kingdom of Eloria sparkled with joy. The sky burst with colors, and flowers sang songs of fragrance. And that tiny pea, it was kept in a glass box, so that future generations would know that true greatness lies in gentleness of heart, not in wealth. The princess and prince became the most beloved rulers of Eloria. In their reign, no one ever felt hunger or loneliness, for both of them could feel the pain of others, just as a true princess should. Truth, kindness, and sensitivity, these are the marks of a pure heart. The world does not recognize you by your looks, clothes, or titles, but by the feelings that live within your heart, sparkling heart, and thus, the princess and the pea story never truly ended. It still lives on in every heart that beats with gentleness, love, and honesty. Sparkling Heart Ribbon. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel Fairy Realm Stories, so you never miss a new magical tale. Rainbow Sparkles.